Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken, and today we're going to be talking about living versus surviving. So, what are the difference? So, when you talk about living, that means you're living your life, living on the way that you want it to be, comfortable, able to chase after your dream, have the opportunities arise for you. But when you're surviving, that means you're just barely making it in life, as in, if for example you just lose your job, you'll definitely be in trouble because you don't have money to pay for anything, you'll be have too much commitment, so you're literally surviving day by day, doing things that you may not like but you need to do in order to survive. So for me personally, I would prefer to be actually living my life, because life is short, and there's, I mean, the most I think the average age in Malaysia is around like 70 plus to 80, the 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 age, the lifespan. And I mean, in that short period of time, if you're not able to find your purpose and to fulfill your purpose and to actually make yourself happy, then there's really no point. Imagine you have to be struggling your whole life. It's rather tough. So what got me thinking about this? I've met one of my friend, which is from China, and she told me that the pace in Malaysia, I think, not only in Malaysia, I think in our place when I was Australia, the same thing is even slower. And I think, I'm not sure about UK and US. However, they feel that the pace in Malaysia is slow compared to the pace in China. And not only that, the people in Malaysia seems happier and more contented. It seems like we have so much opportunity here that we are able to, for example, like the millennials here right now in Malaysia, they mostly change job within 1 2 years time, looking for better opportunity. You can't do that in China. And that's why people keep saying that China have lots of opportunity. They have lots of opportunity because so-called their amount of people there is a lot. But when you look in, that's in terms of macro level, but when you look into micro level, a lot of their people is actually struggling. They are actually living day by day. They are actually surviving. Whereas people in Malaysia, because he came over to Malaysia and he worked for a while in Malaysia and find that it's just, it's so much better in terms of quality of life, in terms of working, in terms of setting time for yourself, improving yourself so that you can grow as a person. And if you grow as a person, obviously the company will grow as well. I mean, you don't talk about the top tier of China people, which there's a big disparity between those that's very rich and those that's struggling. This is actually is quite sad when you see such a big disparity. However, when I talk to her, because I'm not talking in terms of the business side level, because I met another group of people, so they talk about business level, about how the people in China when do business be fast and hard hitting and have to be cruel and things like that. But when you look into the micro side, into the deeper into those working class, you can see they're really struggling. So what she told me is that she was struggling, not struggling. I mean, she earned a pretty decent amount of money. However, the quality of life is not there. They don't have much kind of enjoyment here there compared to here, and the stress level is so much higher. It's like a pressure cooker in China. Whereas in country like Malaysia, I don't know about US, UK, or and maybe Australia, we are more free to do the things that we are able to. There's more creativity. However, with freedom also bring contentment, but contentment also means that we work a bit slower. So her comparison is that we are earning dollar to dollars nearly the same. However, the expenses for China is so much higher compared to, not saying how much higher, it's 1.5 2 times higher than that in Malaysia. In terms of food as well, we can get it within um, $2 or 8 ringgit. You can get a pretty good meal already. But in China, no, you have to be double that. And that's why she said that us Malaysian, we keep complaining about our government and things like that. Yes, there is a big changes in Malaysian government if you follow um, Malaysian political scene, which I don't really follow much, but there's change. And because of that, people tend to complain, people tend to compare. But in terms of China, a lot of things are blocked, so they are not able to have access to all this information so readily available. So there's no complaints. They are really focused. And I'm though I'm talking about living and surviving, but end of the day is also give you a bit of insight about why China is as what it is. is as competitive as what it is. One thing is there's a lot of people there, and everyone is struggling for that pot of gold. It's not only that us people want to go in, but the people there also struggling, and the living expenses keep getting higher and higher. Everything, like I say, because the disparity between the rich and the poor is very high. And if, for example, if the rich keep buying those properties, and those properties they'll definitely buy for investment. They're not going to buy for charity and sell you cheaper. And when it come out, the rich will buy all the expensive one, and what happened to the poor people? So this is in terms of, I'm not very good in economics, but that's why I find that if you look in terms of a micro level, that's why the people that are struggling, a lot of them, though it's a one child policy, a lot of them are still living with their parents, same as Malaysia. Malaysia is because of the culture. It's not that we cannot move out, it's just that it's comfortable. Malaysian live life a bit more comfortable compared to China. China is that they have no choice. You must understand that there's a difference between living and surviving. Living, when you are living we may not live the perfect life that we wanted to. However, our living condition is better than those that's actually surviving. So like when you live, you have the choice. With what you earn, you are able to get out and rent out and still survive out there. But when you're in surviving mode, you have no choice. You have to rely on parents. A lot of time they borrow money from parents to buy a house. Where people in Malaysia, most of them don't. We have a lot of government loans and things like that. And I'm not sure about other countries. Uh, they just show that sometimes to be, when you look at them, don't look at them as like a big pot of gold. I understand the mentality, no, I don't say psychology. I mean the culture there. They are like that is because of they have been put in the pressure cooker environment, and they are more focused because they have no access to a lot of different kind of news. And that's why they and now it's so easy right now there that a lot of delivery is so fast because most of them is made from China. So their delivery is like few days time, not like us, we have to wait a few weeks. If you're in US, you drop ship or you buy things from China, you take sometimes a month or two to reach. For them it's no, it's within few days. Everything is about speed, and they're willing to pay for that speed, but at the expense of what they can do with their life, because the salary there is not able to catch up with those first world country like US and Canada. Yeah, for example, if you are like in US, UK, Canada, you earn that much of money, you are able to live comfortably. Because like for example, I think in US I saw an ad when I was watching NBA game. It's like $1-2 you're able to get a decent like a burger meal. You can't do that in China. And that's the reason why they are always striving to survive and to break them. So is it good to be in surviving mode instead of to be living mode? I think when you're starting out, it's good to have that kind of hunger to push you. But end of the day, you have to learn to live your life. For me, I prefer to live my life. I'm not young anymore. I'm not 20s. I'm at my 30s already, mid 30s. And when I was 20s, I work very hard. But when I reach 30s, I find that my body is not working as well as last time. My attention span is getting poorer. I see more and more health problem, mainly because of Malaysian diet as well. But if you are constantly in surviving mode, you won't be happy. And although there's no distraction, which is good, I mean they are actually literally working like robots, I think. Not to say bad things about them, but because they are advancing so well, just they are focused on one thing, government control them. Then that's a good. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. This is up to debate. I'm not saying that their process is good, but since they're so focused, they're focused on getting things done, and there's not much distraction. They worry about business, getting make more money, make more money, and they are working on ways to make more money. I read an article that day that most of the tech startup there in China is not really tech startup. It is actually a business model startup where they use tech to support the business model. Where else the tech startup in US, they are more tech focused, and they are able, it's actually more creative in terms of US side. Just that the adoption rate is much lower in US. End of the day, if you have a very good product, you have very good AI and things like that, if there's no one adopting it, if you have so many restrictions about uh, privacy, which is I think is important as well, but come on, when we are living in this world, privacy is less of a concern, and you're not private anymore. Everything is exposed anyway. And the thing is, people they think in US they can use the privacy, they use whatever data they have to manipulate you, which is true as well. But in China, all this is blocked, so they are more focused. which make them a more little threat, because even though their innovation is less, the adoption rate is higher. And whatever technology you have, same as technology, same as business or anything, you need validation. You need people to test, debug, and to make it better. And though the inter creativity side is better in, I'm not to say better, I mean it's more rampant in US or UK. However, if there's no one testing it, no one improving it, the technology will just be there. But in China it's different. Even though you start with something poor, if the people testing it, people keep using it, there's more feedback, they keep improving, it will be a great product at the end. And that's the difference between, I think, with China and other place. And why is China getting so big? Again, mostly is because of this concept. We are in the we tend to want to live instead of being in the surviving mode. But in China, businesses, the middle income, the all the working class people are always in surviving mode. In fact, now most of them, I think, even struggling to get a house for themselves. The competition is too great there, and they are having trouble to cope. However, when you're living in the pressure cooker for so long, if the government, luckily the government is progressive. If not, I don't say progressive or not, but they are willing to make change. If the government is like, for example, not to this or anything like North Korea, where they did not move forward, they put their citizen in also a similar case, but the top management is not, I mean the top leaders does not go forward or does not change. That's different story. But in China it's different. The leaders are willing to change, are willing to adopt new things. But the thing is, when you put your, it's like a pyramid, okay? If end of the day the people that at the bottom are always in the surviving mode, they're not happy, who knows when this pyramid will crumble. Of course, the higher level, once they reach a certain plateau, they will definitely take note of this happiness thing. They will definitely reduce it, just like in Japan, because Japan is a very strong working culture where they work very hard and people start suiciding, and that's why they impose things that to reduce, to make better workplace. But at that time, is the culture is so ingrained into it, changing it is very difficult, and the people is not. I see some of the videos in Japan about their living lifestyle is quite sad, because some of them, they are really depressed and things like that. I'm not saying there's no depression here, but there is as well, but it's not as extreme as what we see. And China, we have not reached that level yet. It's one thing because they're not exposed, they are very focused, and they're busy trying to survive. However, when they reach a point when most of them go to a middle level, they tend to see more, and when they work as much as that, and they're still not getting compensated as much as they should, in terms of whether monetary or time or energy, these three things. I mean, they may work less, but they got more time or more energy. If they may spend a lot of energy, but it's a trade-off. You can watch all my video below, in the description box below. I talk about money, time, and energy. And if it's not, the foundation is not treated well, because I can see that things are starting to crack. And if we don't know, 10-20 years down the road, the country may look good outside, but if the foundation is not good, sooner or later it'll crumble. This is my personal opinion. And I think surviving lifestyle is good when you want to push yourself to go further, perturb yourself so that you can go further. However, end of the day, as a human being, our life is just there's this short. There's so much we can do. There's so much money. How much money we can earn? Of course, I would like to think there's unlimited money to earn, but we have to live our life for our family. And if people in US earning billions are able to do that, having quality time, there must be something that can be done creatively, and that does not take away a human right of living the way they should be. This is my personal opinion. uh, I think it all depends when it comes in, which phase of you in life. But for me, living is definitely living the life that you want, definitely a better choice, a more comfortable life, a better choice, a happier life than keep on struggling and surviving. So after meeting my this friend, I'm happy that she shared with me these things, and she's happy to be in Malaysia, working in Malaysia, happier. And asked her want to go back, and I said no, because going back to China is another, it's a very different working culture. Cannot say which is bad because we see how China emerging now compared to Malaysia, which we are. So it seems like the world nowadays reward people that work extremely hard, not smart, um, working like a bull. But anyway, this is my opinion. If you feel like you have anything you want to say, anything you want to add on about living and surviving, if you don't agree with me, I'm just sharing with you what I've learned and what I've discussed and what it triggered my mind, especially when talk about living and surviving. And it's pretty. When I hear about it, I think, damn, what should I do in my life? And here I'm sharing this to you all as well. And if you like what I share, feel free to like, not feel free to like my video, and anything you want to comment, just comment in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel to support me and to follow me on this journey where I can help you and maybe help to change some of perception, to give you a bit of motivation, to bring new ideas into your life, uh, so that you see things that's different from what other people see from this region of the world, Malaysia. And yeah, do subscribe to my channel, and I talk to you in my next video. Bye bye.